You can't just sit here and say that it's deregulation.
Hasan.
You keep mentioning the failures of capitalism, and then your solution to the failures of capitalism is more capitalism, more free market. There are a multitude of different reasons why socialism or a more robust social state has not worked in Venezuela, but it obviously has been successful in other countries.
Like Zimbabwe, Cuba, Vietnam, North Korea, former Bulgaria, former Belarus,
Charlie,
East Germany, Soviet Union. Those were great test cases for socialism, right?
I'm glad that you know countries. I'm glad that you are demonstrating that despite our public education system, you are still knowledgeable on different countries. Stop naming countries and let me finish, okay? All right. So ridiculous, dude. At this point, you guys all have to be aware that this is a ridiculous notion, right? There are plenty of socialized countries around the planet. It's not just Venezuela. And also, let me tell you another thing, okay? When Nordic countries want to implement social democracies or socially democratic principles, it doesn't matter because the United States can't impose sanctions on them, and the United States can't go and bomb them. The United States can't implement coups in their countries. And look at that. It freaking works, dude. It works. Maybe we should stop meddling in foreign affairs all around the world and allow these countries to do whatever they want. Because you can virtue signal as much as you want.
I generally agree with a non-interventionalist.
Yeah, you can talk about virtue signaling. Here's what's virtue signaling. Acting like you care about Venezuela. Acting like you care about the interest of Venezuela.
I do care about Venezuela.
Yeah, if you did, you wouldn't be in support of an administration that is trying to put sanctions on Venezuela, a country that is already crippled. Like, it's a corrupt government. I'm sure there's an authoritarian element to it. I'm not the biggest fan of Maduro either. But you can't sit here and be like, oh, Venezuela, just to talk about socialism when your fellow men and women, your fellow brothers and sisters are dying in this country, and you want to stop socialized medicine from happening here.
You're drawing a connection with empathy and with my policy prescription to help people. And I would say
because the free market principles have never worked in socialized medicine. Obviously, that's the reason why we're here. Like, that's the reason why it's 4 times.
Can you explain to me, though, that why people did everything they could to flee East Germany, to go to West Germany, people flee Havana, Cuba for Miami, Florida, or they flee Venezuela for a free market system.
Why are they coming to America? Every immigrant's like, I'm coming to America for the free market system. Maybe the ones that you found. Like, what are you talking about?
Fleeing.
They're leaving violence
the communist
that we
dictatorships.
caused. They're leaving violence that we largely were responsible for. Like the Honduran caravan, for example.
Let me ask.
I never understand this because it's always like, I love deregulation. I love lowering taxes. Like, just making these declarative statements might sound great because the tangible impact of it is not necessarily immediate, especially when it comes to tax cuts. But we see the consequences 20 years, 30 years, 40 years down the line, like the erosion of the middle class in America. These are a consequence of Ronald Reagan-era tax policies. This is crazy.